Hey guys, welcome back to our 9th episode of Pit Banter podcast, and this episode is about Monaco race recap. As you can see, finally I got the two hosts together now, Mr. Nathan, Mr. Daniel, and I'm Iyad. Hi guys, welcome.
Hello. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody.
Good to be back.
Good to be back in the studio.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's good to see you guys.
Yeah,
How was
likewise.
your weekend?
I don't think I got a single position right,
Okay,
but otherwise it was good.
that's good.
Yeah,
I might have done slightly better
Yeah.
than Daniel.
I think so.
Yeah. It was a good weekend. It was a good weekend.
was,
A good
yeah.
weekend for racing. In a way.
In a way, I don't. We'll
Yeah.
talk about it now. What like Monaco for me, it hyped me up from day one. Honestly speaking, from the practice up to the race, the whole weekend was a fake hype.
A fake up.
Fake hype for me.
fake
I'm
hype.
going to talk about it
Okay.
later on. Let's start with the practice. We could see that Leclerc in his home was stopping it.
Yeah.
So I got the feeling like Leclerc is going to do it again. You know what I mean?
But there's a magic that happens when you're in your hometown. You just get that energy, that I don't know, that vibration that you are in your space, in your
Yes.
comfort.
Yeah.
You know,
I think
in your pocket. Yeah.
With Antonelli, maybe the vibration was a little too strong.
Very.
The Italians are more like, Monaco
Yeah.
are like, ooh, let's drink some.
Yeah.
But
And
the
that's
Italian,
water.
what are you? You know what?
But that's kind of the thing when you get too overwhelmed with
Yeah.
that, and so you don't know how to work with the nerves, and it got the better of him instead of him being able to control it, and then that happened. What happened to him
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
True.
Italy?
During FP1, we had an early red flag. There was a collision between Leclerc and Stroll. Stroll was avoiding, I think, Antonelli, and in that corner, it has a name here.
The lowest.
It's called Lewis Hairpin, something like that. Whatever that corner, the turn one. He was slow, was trying to give space for Antonelli in his space. Did not see Leclerc. Leclerc came in straight away, break his wing, and drove basically back, and that caused a red flag. But once they fixed it, he got the top of practice one.
Yes, maybe it was meant to happen.
It was meant to happen. So like the top three, Leclerc, Verstappen, and Lando. With that incident, Stroll got penalized. One great penalty for that collision with Leclerc. Hamilton, the circuit itself during the practice was slippery. So he had a dramatic moment it was how to describe it, an airplane on the ground when he hit the curb and he flew.
Yes, yes.
Oh, yeah.
So his car
was
literally
great.
flew. Like Adrian Newey, the ex-designer of the winning RB car, was his first time showing up. So it gives a bit big hype, like, no, he's here, so let's see what's going to happen with Aston Martin. Moving on to practice 2 quickly, Leclerc again topped the 3, so Leclerc 1, Oscar 2, and Lewis Hamilton 3, Lando 4. There was a red flag, and this time Oscar Piastri, I think he had a lockup or something. He went straight instead of turning right, so he hit the wall. Before that, there was another red flag with Hajar. He hit the chicane twice, the first corner, and then he lost the control, and then he hit the wall, which caused damage in his car. But then he came back again after fixing it, and he hit the wall again. So he caused two red lights, basically.
That was the one where he clipped the back. The back wheel
Yeah.
on that orange bend.
Yes,
And then he went
yeah.
straight into the...
In general, there was a lot of traffic. Everyone was complaining. What the he's doing here? Like, everyone was slow.
Yes.
Was like
Yeah.
most of the drivers, they were complaining about the traffic during the practice, and even we saw that even during the race.
It was a slow race.
FP3, Leclerc again, and this is what I told you, it was a fake hype.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leclerc topped it, you know what I mean? And I was like, khalas, it is Ferrari. Hamilton had a crash causing a red flag. It ended the session. So the first top 5 that time was Leclerc, Max, Norris, Piastri, and Lewis Hamilton even after the crash. And now let's move to qualifying. And that's where the hype was more and more and more and it was completely changing.
Yeah, the tables were turning. The tables
Everything was
were
turning. Like, you know, it was an excited one. Honestly, like I enjoyed the qualifying.
Yeah.
You know, many things happened in it. Q1, Leclerc topped it. There was misunderstanding, I think, with Hamilton and Verstappen. He blocked Verstappen.
Yeah, no, I don't think he blocked Verstappen. I think he got the wrong call from whoever was on the radio saying that Verstappen slowed down, but in fact he hadn't. And then whoever...
He was in hot lap, like, you know.
Exactly, and then whoever was on the radio, the strategist or engineer for Hamilton, changed what they had said, but he had already sped up by then. And so it kind of blocked Verstappen from doing his lap.
And the rules are rules, so he got 3 grid penalty for that. In Q1, the bottom 5 were Colapinto, Mr. Consistent,
Yes.
Stroll, Gasly, Berman, and Bortoletto. Kimi Antonelli, he had crashed during Q1. He hit the wall and he caused the red flag. Although Berman had a good time for that,
Yes.
But he's unlucky. I think he got 10 grid penalty in Q1.
Yes.
For Antonelli's crash and red
overtaking
flag.
signs.
For overtaking signs.
Yeah. Okay.
You
On
know?
that crazy turn.
On that crazy turn.
Yeah.
I don't think that he meant to overtake him. But rules are rules.
Yeah. Yeah.
Moving to Q2, Leclerc, Albon, Hamilton, Sainz, Russell started with medium. Everyone else, including Norris and Verstappen, started with soft. Speaking of that, the C6 was introduced last week in Imola. And C6 is the softest tire.
Yeah.
You know, it was so slippery. Like drivers were like sliding around. I love Max when he said it's like Mario Kart. Like he said that.
I mean, if that's the case, maybe I have a shot.
Yeah. You know, like
And I can't drive Mario Kart. Like it's too.
like-
It is slippery. I know what Max is talking about. Like
I know. Dude, tell me about it.
It was
The mushroom cup has been killing me.
It was like they were like everyone was sliding.
Yeah.
The road itself wasn't helping. It was a little bit dusty, I think. There's some dust in it. It's something. It was hard for them.
If I was them, I would be I would keep a banana peel in my car and just like throw it out the back.
I
As a
saw
joke.
something
As a joke.
from another podcast. Lando Norris. Someone threw a banana. And I'm serious. Someone from the crowd, I think, threw something while he was in the qualifying
On track.
on the track, and when he was looking at it, it looks like the shape of a banana.
Well,
for
that
which
vulgar behavior.
Yeah, unacceptable. Firstly.
Unacceptable.
Yeah,
But where was that?
in Monaco.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
But,
Unacceptable. But
A banana.
also
Yes.
kind of genius.
I think, yeah.
yes, yeah.
That's proving Max's point when he
Yes.
said about.
But also, Norris is a consummate professional because even with a banana,
Well,
he
I think
cuts it.
banana was before.
Oh yeah,
You know, in Q2, the eliminated one where Kimi Antonelli, of course, because of the accident. Then Russell, he had a mechanical issue. He finished 14. Hülkenberg 13. Sonoda 12. And Carlos Sainz, when he switched to soft, he had no grip, so he finished 11.
Okay.
Moving to Q3, and that was an excited one.
oh yes,
I was hoping that Leclerc is going to top it, and which he did.
yeah.
Until the very last second.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
wow.
like it ended, and everyone was like, "Wow, it's
Like-
so good." He's back on top, and then
Was the qualifying
10
better
seconds
than the
later.
race?
It
Yes.
was better than the race.
Completely.
Okay.
In my point of view.
I didn't. So I did full disclosure. I did not watch the qualifying.
Ah,
Yeah, I didn't watch the practice or the qualifying. So I'm recapping with you guys, hearing it all.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was interesting. I was happy that Leclerc was leading,
Yeah.
but then Norris did the magic. And with Monaco, it's well known. Whoever finished, like everyone need to finish on top because most likely you're going to finish
Yeah.
like that.
Right.
Like that's why like the qualifying is more important than anyone.
You can determine from the qualifying who's going to
Who's
be
gonna
where on the
finish.
grid.
Yes.
Now there were a lot of changes at the bottom, but I feel like if you're in the top 5, 6, 7, you're going to finish in that same position because
Yeah.
the track is so narrow.
And the car is so big.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Like
there's
Yeah.
it's not a it's not a really fast course or anything like that either.
No. I mean, those are intricate corners. That's like
Yeah.
hairpin upon a hairpin with a hairpin stuck in the hairpin that wasn't a hairpin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Max in
saying?
that interview
Sounds useful.
when he described the like it's like a Mario Kart, he said like with this car there is no overtake. The only way they can overtake if they can overtake a car is F2 car because there
it's
is
a
no
smaller,
way.
yeah.
That F2 car is smaller. Now I hope next year when the car is a little bit smaller, maybe there will be something. Oh man, I felt sorry for Leclerc, honestly.
It was a bit
It
sad.
was a bit sad. Like Norris broke the I think it's called the track lap,
Record.
not
The-
the race.
Yeah.
But like the record for the lap, like for with 1 minute 9
9
seconds,
seconds.
point
Wow.
954.
Yeah.
Like Norris, literally with the final lap, like what Nathan said was. I felt sorry for Leclerc.
Yeah.
Home, but at least it's home podium
Yeah.
Yes.
for Ferrari. At
Yeah.
least Hamilton finished fourth, Verstappen fifth, Hajar 6, Alonso 7, Ocon 8, Lawson 9, and Albon 10. Alonso was having his best time and best qualifying. He was so happy with the car, he gave everything to the car. And there was that stat which was saying the drivers who missed out the podium in the race because of pit stop error, they won Monaco 2 years after. And they gave an example, I think, of Ricardo and Leclerc. Alonso 2 years ago, he missed out because of a mistake. And I was hoping
Yeah. That he'd get his,
once I watched the qualifying that this stats might happen.
Right.
You know what I mean? Especially with the 2 mandatory stops and all of these things. So I was like, okay, there might be something, like, you know. So I was so happy for Alonso to have that one. Of course, Hamilton finished fourth, but because of that penalty, he went back to 7.
Okay.
Hajar and Lawson, Racing Bulls, the best position for them.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Ocon has the car is doing very well, like, you know.
Yeah, him and Albon are making waves. Like,
Yeah.
I'm very impressed with the consistency of them also to finish in the top 10 for
Yeah.
qualifying. You know, and last year you didn't even mention their names in the top 10. So it was nice to see.
Last year, Williams were the last one. That's why if you look at the pit, McLaren is always at the beginning
Uh-huh.
and Williams always at the end. So the garages determine the position of the garages determines on what position as a team you finished from the season before. And because Williams finished by the end, they were the 10th, that's why their garage is always furthest.
Okay.
You know? Moving now to the race, to the hype,
Mm.
to the fake hype.
The fake.
Fake out.
First of all, honestly speaking, do you think that these 2 stops mandatory had changed something?
No.
Nothing.
No.
I don't know what it was like before, but
Before, it was so boring.
yeah.
Like what Verstappen described it, like, oh, this is so boring, I wish I have a pillow or something. Like his-
It's so boring. I'm not going to make the podium. Gosh, wow.
like
Ugh.
what Nathan said earlier, the reason why the qualifying is so important, because literally it will determine
Yeah.
what is
Yeah.
your position in the
Yeah.
race. The 2 stop mandatory, the way they did it for us and they described it for us, I thought this is it.
Yeah, this is like a
Yeah.
game changer.
That's the
This-
game changer.
Yeah,
And they introduced the C6. I was like, that's it.
it was bad.
It was
Man.
really
It
bad.
was so because it just and the thing for me is like if you're going to race, it's like 2 parallel lines moving at the same time. You're always going to go the same. You'll go in, you'll come out, you'll go, but you'll come the same way, and you'll go in and you'll come out. So it's just a repeat of the first stop. There wasn't much changes. Not many teams made mistakes in the pits. So And the gap between all the drivers was,
This is what I'm saying.
yeah.
Like, I thought that with 2 stops, the strategy is going to work, right?
Right.
But then what I saw, the gaps. We had 1 to 5,
Yeah.
racing by themselves. 6 to 10,
Right. There's a
racing by
huge.
themselves.
Was there
50 seconds after Hamilton.
Yeah,
Right,
and then
right,
I don't
right.
know how many overlaps.
Hamilton was just by himself, wasn't he?
Yeah,
He was
He had like a
Right.
minute on both sides of him by the end, didn't he?
Yes. Yeah, he was,
He was in fifth.
59 seconds behind whoever was fourth.
Yeah.
Piastri, I think, at that time. And then a whole lap
Yeah.
after him was everyone else.
That's a lonely race.
And was it Sainz that was holding up the traffic, or someone was slow? I think I
I'm gonna
can't
tell
remember.
you.
Who was
It was Albon
Hey.
holding everyone at the back, and before Albon was Lawson
No, Lawson
helping
doesn't-
Lawson did.
Oh,
It
so
was a
strategic.
teammate thing.
Okay.
You know, I'm gonna slow everyone else because it's so hard to overtake. Hajar go do the pit.
Yeah.
And he did the pit, and by the time they are, because as well Williams were holding,
Oh.
like Science, Albon I think had 2 pits. Science has 0. All of a sudden we saw a change of position. Albon kept everyone at the back. That's why Russell was complaining. I can't, and
Yeah.
he decided to cut that chicane
Oh,
and
yes.
be like, let me take the penalty.
Forgot
Yes.
about that.
And then he didn't take the penalty, and he raced until the end, and he said, "Whatever happens, I'll take the
He
penalty."
took the penalties. There
The
was
5
pen-
seconds,
Yeah.
but not
It
in the
was
pit
doubled,
stop.
I think.
No,
Yeah,
no.
not in the pit stop. Hey, was it double?
I think it was doubled.
Okay.
Mercedes, I
Dude, they had a
I
wild
hope-
day.
I hope whatever I saw wasn't true. There is a quote from Toto saying, "We totally forgot about the 2 stops."
Oh,
Wow.
We were wondering, like,
Yeah, that doesn't make sense, 'cause
finished the
they-
race without.
they were like 50 laps in without one
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah.
If you can remember when you
Like-
watched.
Yeah.
We were like, when is it gonna happen? And so he said he forgot.
He forgot. Max was hoping to have a virtual safety car. Of course, like Gasly had an issue with Sonoda. That what caused the first. It wasn't red flag. It was virtual safety car or something like that.
Because he had made it into the pit.
But
or something with,
again-
with his.
Why?
Yes.
Like his wing was on the circuit.
Yeah.
Everywhere else, when something happening like that, immediately safety car
Exactly.
comes.
Because it has to be cleared, right?
And they were driving. Like if you notice, like Max and Lando were kind of racing, slowing down where that wing is, and then green flag, and they continue racing. You know what I mean? Why they did not have the safety car, I have no idea. So Gasly lost the brake, and he couldn't stop the car, so he went over Sonoda. Of course, breaking everything. But instead of going, and this is, I don't know why, maybe he was thinking that he wanted to help Colapinto, he kept driving to the pit lane. I can't understand. There is another one with Alonso, which I feel sad for him because the strategy did not work with them. Alonso had an engine failure, but he could get out like from.
What did he say the week before in Italy?
He is
The unluckiest
Driver
driver
in
in
the
the world.
Yeah.
World.
And you know,
he is unluckiest one.
Yeah, you know, I believe in the universe and manifesting, you know, what you want. He spoke that into existence for himself.
Oh boy.
And so, what happened this week? What happened this week?
It happened.
It happened.
It happened.
Yeah?
So.
Yeah, but I also think he feels very defeated because he's trying. And
Yeah.
so that just had to come out of him.
Yeah, what's that called? Like when you're trying too much, you know, what people say. Is he simping? Is that what he's doing?
I don't know that.
Yeah, he's simping after a victory. That's
Yeah.
what he's simping
Yeah.
after being first.
And I think it's a frustration.
He's a
It's
simp to the
it's a-
podium.
Yes.
I
And he
was
wants
so
to get
happy
this so
for
badly.
Berman for recovering.
Mm.
After that one, he finished 12. Antonelli and Portoletto, we saw like, Portoletto was trying to avoid Antonelli and he hit the wall, but he could recover and he,
Oh, yes.
he continued.
He is very disappointed in this
I
race.
am so disappointed.
He's
Yeah.
Listen.
I am so
Yeah.
disappointed because like the way they say that to us, They kept us for 90 minutes.
They sold us on this, and
They sold us.
And you know, we waited till the end because Max didn't pit. But we knew 5 laps before the end, he has to pit. So he can't win the race.
And he's going to finish fourth.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I loved by the end of it, like Lando and Leclerc when they were trying to push.
Yes.
Again, it's so hard
Yes.
to overtake. So hard to overtake.
Yeah. I think Monaco has just become more of a legacy.
It is a
In
legacy. I
terms
understand
of-
the legacy.
Yes.
I understand that it is a history down
Yeah.
there.
But I mean, you can have a legacy, but you can also evolve. You can transition. You can, you know, change things up.
Throw a few banana peels on the course.
Yes.
Exactly.
Get some turtle shells out there.
Yeah. Drive through a pool.
Yeah.
Because that's what else-
Mystery box.
Yes.
Just, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I think that's the race that makes people hate F1. They're like, I just watched these guys,
The
Yeah.
most boring
Yeah.
one.
yeah, drive in a line
Yeah.
for an hour, 2 hours.
And I didn't realize it until Iyad, when you said now that it's they sold it to us.
Yes.
They were like, this is gonna be different.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
that kept us, you know.
But like, you were gonna watch it either way.
I was gonna watch it, but the second stop added that extra. Let's see what happens this
Oh,
year.
okay,
if it's any
okay.
different. you
So,
know?
but there wasn't anything there. Okay,
No.
I got you.
Whoever pit first, get the advantage later on.
Mm.
When Gasly had the VSC fit, like at the beginning, they got the advantage. But it was more like a sneaky game from teams
yeah.
which is teamwork, which I understand. They are looking for points, and
Yeah.
I was so happy for Hajar finishing 6th and Lawson finishing 8th
Yeah, that's a big deal.
for Racing Bulls. Ocon again got stuck behind Hajar. Hamilton was in his own league.
Yes. And recovered from 7th to 5th.
Once Albon hold, see how crazy it was, Habibi. Science again, he had 0 pits.
Mm-hmm.
Albon had the pits.
Mm-hmm.
Albon hold everyone else at the back to point that Science could have the 2 pits.
Mm-hmm.
And then Science
Yeah.
gave him the position back.
That's nice.
But that caused a lot of boring thingy. Like there is nothing.
I know.
There is
Oh,
nothing
I
happening.
know.
I know, but I don't think
Oh.
it's 9th and 10th's fault that the
Yeah.
race was boring.
Yeah.
If I want to have a mandatory, because again, it was a misstep and it was super stupid for me, right? If you want to have 2 mandatory pit stops, time it.
Yeah.
Lap 15, everyone has to pit.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Something
Yeah.
like that. Between lap
Yeah.
15 to lap 20, everyone has to pit.
Oh,
And maybe
that's
and
an
maybe that's what
interesting idea.
people can the viewers can suggest in the comment section.
Yeah, good
what
idea.
can they do to improve Monaco? What will make Monaco exciting?
I already said mine.
Have carts instead of
Mario and mushroom.
and mushroom.
It has to be foot
Not
powered.
really, like if they I could get the the idea behind the 2 mandatory stops.
Yeah.
I could like that would be a strategy. What do you call it? Strategy thing.
Mm-hmm.
A strategy gameplay or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, if like theoretically it is, but the reality.
Yeah.
Reality, it wasn't. Reality, I don't know.
Because you see other stops after lap 2, people went in,
Yeah.
and then there were people who didn't go in at all, and then there was Max Verstappen.
Who till the end? I don't know.
Oh my
man.
gosh.
I don't know. Like if they could have a certain laps, you have like a certain window.
I think it's a good
These-
idea.
You have to pit,
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, because
You
it
know
kind
what
of
I mean?
demands, it's like having several ends of the race. Like, you want to, you're having to make sure you're ahead by that point.
Yeah.
And, that's really good.
That's just, I'll make the F1 car smaller
Yeah.
For Monaco,
for Monaco,
20 million.
or
Okay.
move Monaco, build a circuit on the sea.
Yeah.
You know,
A
and
circuit
just-
on the sea.
Yeah, and just like have it as big
Dude,
as
imagine
it
an
can.
That would
inflatable,
be-
like, it's just the track is on the sea. There's nothing else. Like, spectators have to be in boats. To
Yeah,
do it.
oh.
And there is boats.
There-
already down there.
Well, I know, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like for me, it was a fake hyped.
Yeah.
Mm.
like race for me. Again, Monaco, you got me again. It was boring.
500,000 in your bank account to move there, right?
Yeah, euros.
That's
Yeah.
It sounds like it's not enough.
not touch.
Sounds
Untouched.
untouched, yeah.
Like you have to own something, I think, but untouched 500.
So clearly it's not in the money
Yeah.
No.
to make the race magic,
No,
you know?
yeah.
Let's go, Habibi, quickly to the standing. With that win of Lando, he got so close to Oscar by 3 points.
Oh, wow.
So Oscar
So
is
real
161.
That is, yeah, they'd both been on the podium the whole time.
Yes.
Norris is 158, Max 136, Russell is 99 points, and Ferraris are getting closer, 79 and 63.
Okay.
The construction, of course, McLaren are on different planet
Mm-hmm.
with 319 points,
Million.
followed by Mercedes 147 points.
That's the next closest. I wasn't even following this.
And
Holy crap.
Red Bull is 143 points and Ferrari 142 points.
Mercedes.
So
wow.
between 2 and 4, they are so close, like, you know.
And Max is keeping that team there.
Yeah.
Because it's not Sonoda.
Yeah.
It's not Sonoda.
Oh man, the predictions.
Yes, Iyad, tell us about the predictions.
Oh man, I got it completely wrong.
Who is a Super Brew?
The Super Bowl. We're gonna go to the Super
Yeah.
Bowl, guys. I hope you joined us in this predictions. We are going to announce now who got the yellow cap and who got the wooden spoon.
Yeah.
Like the prediction, man. It was logically nice.
Yes. Yeah.
Reality was wrong. It was like the closest one of us who gets it right is Nathan. You know.
Because I felt it. I felt.
Yeah, you manifested it.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Like,
I don't know what possessed me to do what I did, but it's just a feeling inside.
we had 6 banters competed in the prediction in Super Pro. The winner,
yeah.
was dominating,
Uh-huh.
and the rest were down, like, you
Okay.
know. So let's start with the wooden spoon.
Do I need to hand it aside?
Yes,
Because I don't play this game,
please.
so
Yeah.
I'm playing okay. Who's it go to?
It goes to 2 banters
Okay.
with 9 points.
Okay.
H7F
Ah, congratulations.
and me.
Oh, you poor son of a gun.
That is why I am here this week. I came to studio for what?
Yeah.
I came to hand over the spoon, hand over my
Did you
ring.
get it last week?
I got it a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was so wooden
Yeah.
and so
Oh,
spoon.
man.
So spoon. You
I got
spoons.
spooned out.
You got spoon.
And the winner of the prediction for this week with 13.5 points goes to. Can we have the music? Mr. Nate!
Oh, finally. This is what I came for. Yes. Oh,
Congrats,
Rocky.
Habibi,
Woo.
congrats. Yeah, you
Nicely
deserve
done.
it.
Thank you.
deserve
Thank you. I
it.
don't know. Yeah. I mean, I feel like
13 points. Your predictions were so close. man.
listen, my first 2 were right, Norris and Leclerc, and then I just swapped over Verstappen and Piastri, and then Hamilton was 5th. That just added that extra thing, and Norris got qualifying.
The
pole-
one you got
pole.
wrong was Antonelli Russell.
Yes, I
The
should.
rest you had them.
I'm gonna
The
leave
rest
them
you
out
had
next,
them.
yeah.
That's why.
Just Antonelli and Russell
That was
were not
wild.
in your.
Yeah.
But congratulations.
It's all the years of racing on my
on the
with my
pedal racing.
You were channeling your inner teddy bear.
Yeah, I knew that moment back then in 2025.
Just imagine your little teddy bear like a spirit behind you.
Yeah.
Leclerc, Norris. Oh my gosh!
Congrats,
Thank you. Okay.
You deserve it.
Yeah, thank you.
Next week is going to be interesting. Like, guys, remember, if you
Yeah.
want to predict before the week. And yeah, this is the recap of this race of Monaco. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We'll see you later in different episode when we are talking about the next race in Spain, and we're gonna share with you our predictions. For now, thank you for watching, and bye-bye.
Cheerio.
Bye.
See ya.